Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Keeper's Heart. This is their Irish plus American whiskey, finished in stout beer barrels, coming in at a 55% ABV. So, I've been a big fan of Keeper's Heart. I love the unique idea of blending an Irish plus American whiskey together, plus the idea of now finishing it. And they're doing all sorts of single barrel picks for places, from PX Sherry to cider, Sauternes, you name it, they probably are doing a finish in it, which is, again, for me, I really enjoy that. This, I've seen at a few stores around Indiana here, doing a stout beer barrel finish. And again, I love a good, unique finishing process. And stout beer barrels seem to be a pretty hot commodity right now. So what they do tell us that this is finished in that stout beer barrel for about 11 months, which I do like that kind of transparency. And essentially they take their Irish plus American, throw it in there, and I believe this is not cask strength at 55% because every bottle I've seen is 55, there's no variance there. But nonetheless, let's see how Keeper's Heart handles a stout beer finish. Let's get into it. I do love these kind of shotgun shell shaped bottles, really cool looking, love their logo as well, pretty fun. So, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews from Keeper's Heart that I've done, links to those videos will be up above and down below for you to check out. Beautiful pop on there. Love the little bubble in the neck, really cool. Stands out really well. And again, I've been a big fan of their original release. They also do an Irish plus bourbon. They do a higher proof version, cask strength nowadays, and they've got like a dozen different finishes going on. Beautiful golden color on there. Kind of a dark golden color. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Ooh, yeah. So right away, you do get that stout beer finish on there. It's like a malty, chocolatey kind of mix of things. It's really interesting. And I've had a few things recently done up in stout beer barrels, so it's falling right in line with those. You get a bit of the sweeter Irish notes going on in here, that sweeter barley note, a little bit of that shortbread cookie, a little dash of that green apple in there. The American side is bringing in that kind of spiciness from the rye build. A little nutty factor going on in there as well. A little bit of ABV. It's got some warmth on the nose, but it's not totally off. There's nothing harsh, no offness on anything else, but it does come across a little warm. Again, it is 55. I do enjoy the cherry layers going on in here, bringing all across almost a smoky element, like a almost like a wood burning kit. And it's got that bit of like burntness going on in there, almost like heavily roasted malt. Yeah, that is fairly complex. The beer barrel didn't take over, which I've had that happen before, and the Irish and the American are all doing their part in lifting this up to be a pretty unique nose. There's some gorgeous spices going on here, a little bit of cinnamon and clove. A little floralness in there as well if you dig deep. But for me, that beer barrel finish is bringing up just enough of that roasted element of the malt that I'm enjoying that a lot. Let's go for a taste. That comes across in the taste. Beautiful coating on the palate. You get the chocolate, the malt, the sweet factors from the Irish side of things, spiciness in there, little herbal, medicinal. The Nat Stout Beer Barrel just came back for a second round here. I did another drive-by. You're getting more of the malty kind of beer funk on there. Coats the palate again beautifully. It really clings in there. I'd be curious on how wet those barrels were, because I feel like it's getting some additional cling from that finish. Yeah. It's a good example of beer barrel finishing. Good job, guys. That is really tasty. Get some of that nice sweet apples, almost dipped in homemade caramel going on. I love that beer barrel finish in there. I'm a stout beer fan, so when I see something done up in stout beer, I tend to get it anyways. but that is beautifully done. I'm loving what that American whiskey is bringing across here. It's got that bit of spiciness, little cinnamon stick, and it mixes very well with that beer barrel finish, which I've had a few beer barrel finishes that take over the whiskey and just drowned it out. Here, you are getting a bit of the malty, chocolatey, coffee notes that a stout beer can bring across, because I am a stout beer fan. But it's also playing super well with that Irish in there, because the Irish is kind of a sweeter, softer whiskey as it is. So you're getting that kind of green apple, shortbread cookie, and then it's almost like you're taking that shortbread cookie and dipping it into like a freshly brewed cup of coffee. That's good. You gotta like a beer finish on this one. This one can really take you for a loop if you're not a big fan of that kind of a finish. I don't know if my wife will enjoy this one or not. She can be either way with beer finishings, but they hit the mark on there. Originally, I was like, why did they do 11 months? Why not just go to 12 months? I think 12 months might have taken this one over if they would have waited on that, because it's totally approachable still, and yet it still has a gorgeous, well-bodied finish on there. If anything, it's got a bit of bitterness in there if I want to kind of, slice up hairs in a situation like this. Besides that, for $55, it does not drink like a really super warm whiskey after the first sip. It mellows itself out and is totally approachable from a lot of different angles on it. I enjoy this one. I'm happy I picked it up. Alrighty, well, let's talk about a grade for this one. So I picked this up for like $55, and honestly, I've seen this actually go priced up into like the 80s plus. And here's where I'm going to draw the line at. Do I think it's worth $90, $80? Not so much. I mean, it's unique. I give it that. And I think it's a beautiful example of beer barrel finishing. But at $55, I give it a solid, I'd say B. There's a little bit of complexity. There is a little bit of complexities going on in there with that Irish and American mixing with that beer barrel finish. It's a lot of fun. But as you go up in price, I think once you get to $80, the pricing, it just kind of overtakes it. I think it's fun. But overall, I think that the Irish and American play their part very well. The beer barrel finish is just enough, and it really does showcase itself very well. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Keeper's Heart Irish plus American finished in stout beer barrels. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
I even like it might